Timing is everything when it comes to cashing in during the bailout. The soon-to-be combined Morgan Stanley and Citigroup Smith Barney are going to be doling out bonuses to its financial advisors, even as both firms take $60 billion of your bailout money, and it gets better. The bonuses, which could total $3 billion, will be based on the company's 2008 numbers, which, while bad, almost certainly are going to be better than this year's. So how do we know all this? Well, someone gave the Huffington Post website audio from a conference call whereby a Morgan Stanley executive told them not to use the B word. Listen.
There will be a retention award. Please do not call it a bonus. It is not a bonus. It is an award. And it recognizes the importance of keeping our team in place as we go through this integration.
So don't call it a B word, don't call it the B word, but it certainly sounds like a bonus to us. The dictionary describes a bonus as a sum of money granted to an employee on top of their regular pay, usually in appreciation for work done, length of service, or accumulated favors. Semantics, though, aside, the companies have good reason to want to hide the truth. But in the middle of a bailout, we have good reason to call this bonus bogus. We should tell you, Jim Wiggins, spokesman for Morgan Stanley, would not confirm the authenticity of that tape, but he did defend their practice of so-called retention programs. And I want to bring in senior legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin to talk about this a little bit. And okay, so he's defending the practice, but give me a break here. Listening to that conference call, it sounds like they're laughing at us on some level, like they don't take this seriously at all. Is there anything legally that anybody can do about it?
You know, my mentor in journalism was Michael Kinsley, and he had an expression. He used to say, the scandal isn't what's illegal. The scandal, it's what's legal. What society chooses not to punish tells you a lot about where the standards are. You know, I think it is legal what they did, as far as I can tell. Merrill Lynch had not been absorbed into Bank of America. They had money in the till. Congress, in its bailout, had been so lax in setting the rules for how that money could be used, they shipped a lot of that cash out the door to their own people. And Andrew Cuomo, you know, understandably is upset, but it's very hard for me to imagine any of that money could ever come back.
But what, I mean, he said today he's continuing his investigation. Is that because that's all he can say? It's a little bit of grandstanding on his part?
Well, I'm not sure. I think he's trying to see if there's anything he can do. And sure, he likes the publicity, but it's hard to think of a legal theory that could get that money back. And, you know, it drives people crazy. It drives people crazy in good times that they were paid so much. But in bad times, when the taxpayers are keeping these places afloat, it's just totally maddening.
So what do you make of Congress then calling these CEOs up to testify and putting on this show? Because it is good TV, but when they're also clearly not really doing anything to change the policy going forward, at least not yet.
It really looked like a rigged game where they got spanked in public and it was all very indignant. But tomorrow, what are the rules? The rules are the same as they were today, and there is unlikely to be any change. We'll see if the next round of the bailout money, there are tighter restrictions, but no salary restrictions so far. It's just the same old story.
They're just going to call it something else besides a bonus going forward.
Right.
And
they got called some bad names today.
All right. Jeff Toobin for us tonight. Jeff, thanks. There is breaking news.